morning and welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration, here to inspire and instruct you so you can have a better life. That's how I get a better life. Someone inspired me and instructed me and shared what they had learned in life with me. So if you can think to find one, get a mentor. Very important, get a mentor. And if you can't find one in real life, you can get on YouTube and find someone who is doing what you want to do and listen to their videos, do what they do, think what they think, and you will have what they have. Excuse me. Today I saw a post about 5 ways to get consensual sex. So that's what I'm going to talk about, consensual sex. I heard someone say, unless it's an enthusiastic yes, it's a no. Well, I understand that, but is it an enthusiastic yes with their voice, or with their body, or with both? Here's the deal. Whether a girl says yes or no, she can change her mind the next day and say, I really didn't want to do that. Or she can say, I really liked being with him. Well, did you say no? Well, yeah, I did, but I didn't want him to think I was a tramp. There you go right there. When I was younger, all the good girls said no. Now, of course, you didn't force yourself upon them, but you kept trying. You kept trying. Like, let's say you're trying to get into their pants. We'll say that. If a girl just lets you do that and then take her pants right off, she was considered a tramp. And then you may have been with her one time, but you weren't with her again because she was easy. If she was that easy with you, or if she said, yes, I want to be with you, then she's been saying that to everybody. Maybe it's different today. Some of my viewers can enlighten me, maybe. Maybe I'm off track on this. Now, I was with one girl who said no, and I knew she meant no, okay? And I stopped, no big deal. But most of the girls I was with resisted, because if they didn't, they were considered tramps, easy girls. All the good girls resisted. Now, what I mean by resistance is, oh no, don't do that. Or they would say, oh no, stop. No, I don't want to do that. They would push you away. But then they kept kissing you or wanted to be with you. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Nowadays, it's very difficult for men, because if you go up and ask her, let's say you're with a girl and you're kissing her and say, do you want to have sex with me? Well, that immediately puts the man in a weak position, and she's not attracted to that. I mean, and if she said, and for the girl, it's tough for her. What's she going to say? Yes, I want to have sex with you. Okay, that makes her look easy, depending on the relationship, how long they've been together, what the situation is, what the climate is, the environment, everything there. It's really hard. And also, the next day, the girl can always come back, even if she says yes, and say, well, I really didn't want to, but I felt like I had to. I was afraid if I said no, that he may get angry with me and hurt me. So I don't know whether yes, unless you got a recording, but even then she could say, well, I felt afraid. I mean, I really have some empathy for you guys out there today, because it's tough. You just got to make sure the girl you're with wants to be with you. If you have sex with her, make sure that she wants to be with you. Don't just go by what she says. You have to take the whole spectrum of the relationship into account. When you're in that position where you're going to make love to her, make sure that she wants it by everything that's been happening, not just in that moment. I mean, like if you're out and you're drinking, maybe she's been smoking a little weed, she's high. Make sure that your relationship has been stable with her and you got a good idea how she is, maybe what kind of family she comes from, something about her past relationships. If you're with a girl that's accused guys of, or at least said, yeah, he raped me, you better be careful of that one. Okay, I'm all for consensual sex. Who wants to be with a girl who doesn't want to be with you? I sure as hell don't want to. Okay, every girl I was with wanted to be with me. Okay, and most of them I was with again and again and again. Now, did any of them ever say no? Yes, actually my first wife said no. Okay, more than once. Did she mean no? No, she wanted to be with me. I was with her time and time again after that. So nowadays it's different though. If a guy's out and the girl says no, he's got to be dang careful. Because if she goes back to her friends, they ask her, oh, were you with him? Well, yeah, I had sex with him. I said no, but he kept doing it, so I was with him and I enjoyed it. But he said no? Well, that's rape. You said no? That's rape. Is it? Like I said, I'm all for consensual sex. I believe that consensual sex, it should be consensual sex. As I said, who wants to be? I mean, if a girl isn't into you and she doesn't want to be with you, why do you want to be with her? If you want that, go buy a prostitute. Okay, I'm not into prostitutes. I've never paid for a prostitute. It just doesn't do anything for me. I've been around some, but what's the point? After you pay for it, there's no, how do I say, there's no intimacy, or there's no, it's a transactional deal. It just doesn't work for me. I can't get excited with a prostitute. Okay, they have to do their job, that's fine. I guess I should say sex worker. Maybe prostitute isn't the proper term now. Don't want to piss anybody off. But back to the consensual sex. Guys, just be careful. If you're with a girl, maybe meet her at a club, and she's drunk, and she says yes, and she wants to be with you, even then you got to be careful, because you don't know. If she wakes up the next day and her girlfriends start calling her, she don't want to be called a slut. I suppose I could say that on YouTube. That is one of the women's biggest fear. And even if she said she wanted to be with you and she acted like she wanted to be with you, but the next day her girlfriend started calling her that, she could very well change her mind and say, well, I didn't really want to. I said yes, but I was out with him in the car and there was nobody around. I was afraid if I didn't just go along with him that he may hurt me. There you go, that can happen. And it does happen sometimes. So you really need to be careful who you go out with. I was never much of a bar guy. I didn't go to bars and pick up girls, but for you guys, you just be wary, because they can always change their mind later. That's really all I have on consensual sex. It's just become a big issue nowadays. As I said when I started it, I read somewhere, unless it's an enthusiastic yes, it's a no. Well, like I said, in my day, if it was an enthusiastic yes, she was a tramp. And I'll bring up one girl I was with a long time ago. I won't say her name. And she just, we were in the car, got in the back seat, and she took her clothes off. And I was with her, and it was like, you think I was ever with her again? No, because she was easy. She didn't even, it's just hard to explain. We can't take away the dynamics between men and women. The challenge. Women love a challenge. They don't want a guy that's too easy to get. Same thing with men. They don't want a woman who's just gonna pull her clothes off and spread her legs and say, here I am. So it's really it's difficult waters to navigate during this time of people being able to come back and say, well, I really didn't mean it. This time of inaccountability, especially for women, it seems like. They make a decision or they do something and they come back later and say, well, I didn't really want to. Well, but you did it and you said you wanted to. So I'm not really sure how to navigate these waters. I just tell you guys to be careful. And don't be with the girl if she doesn't want to be with you. Make sure she really wants to be with you. Make sure she's really into you. And that's what you want anyway, and that's what women want. So that's all I got on that for today. Like and subscribe, and if you'd like to get my help personally, you can contact me at my website, marksinspiration.com. Have a great day.